the story of a woman who is asked by her father to help him to die. And first of all, they weren't, all the family weren't aware of his sickness, whatever. He got a stroke, and then he knows that he's going to be handicapped for the rest of his life. And he's not this kind of guy who anybody or anything tells him what to do. So he doesn't want to be diminished by the sickness. So he decides to give himself death. And so he asks his daughter, which is a little bit disturbing, because of course she doesn't want him to die, or even if she has some conflict with him, you know, when the time is about to die, it's very different. So she is she's a companion. She's the kind of person that is really compassionate. She listens to people. She's a very helpful person in general. That's why he asks her, actually. She has a sister. He doesn't ask to the sister, he asks her. So, of course, that raises a lot of emotion and questions, and the relationship, of course, is a little bit disturbed by this request. So it's a very simple movie. It talks about death, love, and life. And my character is always on the side of life. She always tries to help, to think it's going to be fine, to refuse death in a way. But she will have to face it. It's a dilemma. But it's beautiful because it's a lot of humanity and feelings and misunderstanding and règlement de compte. I don't know how you say that in English. In the family, you know. It's funny, it's sad, it's life.
Yeah. And of course, Emmanuelle, it's a real life character that you play because this movie is based upon a book as well.
That's right, that's correct. She was known in our business, you know, cinema. She was a scenarist, co-writer, she was a writer, but she was not like a famous person. So I was more aware of what her siblings will think about my performance, but I was also very free to not do like a biopic, or it was free, you know. It's the director's attentions that are, for me, important and that I follow, you know. Well, the creative relationship is the first time I saw his first movie. That was just amazing. That was maybe 30 years ago, and I was amazed by his talent, you know. The first movie, it was just amazing, and since then I've been following his work, and he's very heteroclite, you know. He never does the same movie. He loves actors. You can tell how curious, how impatient he is. He has a lot to say. He loves movies, and we met twice for different occasions, different projects that didn't come out because it was not the right time, I suppose. But then finally, I think, you know, the crossroads of life, experience, desire, whatever, had made it happen, you know, and I think that was the right time to do it, definitely. I was very happy and to work with him on this project, so we met at this time. At these days, it was not allowed in France to be assisted for your own suicide. That's how they call it. So you had to be against the law. So those two girls, those two daughters, they become like criminal. They have to hide. They have been denounced by we don't know who. It's like a whole thriller all of a sudden, you know? And something that should happen with harmony, with companionship, with love and serenity, all of a sudden it becomes like a thriller, you know. You have to look at your watch, you have to run, you have to escape from the hospital, you're followed by the police. I mean, the whole thing is like crazy. But I'd say that when someone dies, it's what happens, actually. As a matter of fact, it happens all of a sudden, and you have to deal with it, and you have to deal with very pragmatic things. And you are taken like in a tempest of mental things, physical things, historical things. It's wow. But you're busy, you're very busy. So this movie has this emergency, this soudaineté, you know. It's like if it helps us to answer the question of how do I want to die, I think that's a good thing because we never talk about that, never. It's raining, and
Okay.
this time it wasn't. You know, that was the good decision, I think. Hey.
Okay, petit pause. Oh no, well maybe we can go. It's a wrap for now, for sure.
Bon, mon anglais est terrible. Ah merde.
Great.
« 人生の最後、自分らしい生死の選択を望む父に戸惑う娘たち。
C'est un mauvais père, hein. Mais je l'aime. J'aurais adoré l'avoir comme ami. Tu te rends compte? Ce qu'on est en train de faire pour lui, là?
葛藤する家族が最後に選んだ道とは。すべてうまくいきますように。